See you later then.
But you can't go through there.
I just asked the gentleman if I could go through and he said yeah.
Chris?
Did you not just tell me the way to the bus station?
You did ask me where the bus are.
And left at the machine and all the way down?
I did say that.
Yeah.
Welcome to Police Files,
No, you can't.
where we show police misconduct, explain legal issues, protect people's rights, and push for accountability. This episode features Audit Ed, so check the link below, subscribe to his channel, and give him proper credit. In this video, Ed is simply standing outside a university campus with a camera when the police arrive and act like it's a serious security situation. They don't explain clearly why they are there and instead come with attitude, treating him like he's the problem. Ed stays calm and asks them to clearly explain what he has done wrong. Whenever they speak vaguely, he brings the focus back to facts, and when they try to bluff about their authority, he pushes them to prove it. As the conversation continues, it becomes clear that the officers don't actually have a valid reason for their actions.
Alright, are you guys here for me?
Yeah, hi.
Oh, why? Can you maintain your distance there?
Can. Of course, yeah.
And also identify yourselves. Did you just switch your camera on?
Yeah.
Alright, please don't delete that. I'll be requesting a copy, alright? Also yours, please don't delete that. I'll be requesting a copy.
Of course.
Alright, can you identify yourselves, please,
Can I
officers?
ask you first, sorry, what was your first name, my friend?
I'm not at liberty to give you that. When you approach a member of the public, you identify yourself. That's your policy, so identify yourself.
Okay. So my name is Simon Tops, Police Constable 693, Simon Tops, Avon, Somerset Police.
And yours is?
My colleague.
5512, Josh Burnell.
Alright, and what crime have I committed, or do you suspect me of committing?
Okay, what are you being so hostile?
I'm not being hostile, I'm just asking you, because when the police approach me,
Yeah.
police come to deal with crimes, do they not?
Not necessarily, no.
What do they come to deal with? Civil matters?
Well, we're here to prevent crime.
So what crime do you suspect me of about to commit?
Not suggesting you're committing a crime at all. So.
Alright then.
What was your first name, so I can talk to you on first name basis?
No, it's fine, I'm not going to give you that.
Okay. Are you filming at the moment?
I am indeed, for my own
Okay, what's the
protection.
purpose of you filming?
My own purpose.
Right.
The way these officers enter the situation without giving any context is typical. They act like they have a right to his time without even showing basic professionalism. When Ed asks them to explain why they are there, they don't have a proper answer and instead call him hostile as a way to protect themselves. This is a common reaction from officers who struggle when someone holds them accountable. Asking for a legal reason is not aggressive, it's a basic right. But they treat it like he is causing trouble just because he refuses to blindly comply.
Can I ask why you're here at the
Can I ask you a question? Am I being detained?
No, you're not being detained, no.
See you later then.
But you can't go through there.
I just asked the gentleman if I could go through and he said yeah.
Chris?
Did you not just tell me the way to the bus station?
You did ask me where the bus are.
And left at the machine and all the way down?
I did say that.
Yeah.
Okay, can I
Okay.
just...
No, you can't actually.
Okay, well, whilst you're walking, I'll just make it quite
Are you
clear
following
for
me?
I'm not following
You're
you.
harassing me.
I'm not harassing
I'm trying
you,
to
I'm
walk
talking
away.
to
Okay,
you.
I'm going to go this way instead then.
No, if you...
So if you no, I'm going to go to the bus stop.
Okay.
Okay. Leave me alone. All right.
Okay, that's fine. If you make your way to the bus stop, that'd be great.
But I'm not going. You're not going to follow me.
What?
Which way are you going?
Sorry?
Which way are you going?
Look, if you don't want me to follow...
I'm just asking you which way you're going.
I'm not here to call...
I'm just asking you which way you're going.
It doesn't matter which way I go, I can go whichever way I like. I'm not being...
All right, I'll wait for you to go then.
I'm not being dictated to by you.
Do you know your
where
oath?
I go. All right?
Do you know your oath?
Yeah, I do.
Can you say it for me?
No,
I'll start you
I'm
off.
not going to say it to you.
I'll start you off.
I'm not here to justify my actions.
No,
to
you're
you.
here to uphold the law.
I am
Have I
upholding
broken it?
Not at the moment you haven't.
So leave me alone.
As soon as they tell him he isn't detained, Ed does the obvious thing and starts to leave, but then they follow him anyway. It doesn't work both ways either. They have a legal reason to stop him where they should let him go. Following a free citizen like that isn't proper policing, it comes across as intimidation. When Ed asks the officer to repeat his oath, he's not doing it for show but to remind him of the standards he is supposed to follow. The officer refuses and says he doesn't have to explain himself, which ends up being the most telling moment in the video. Policing isn't something where officers can ignore the rules whenever it suits them.
This isn't consensual.
That's fine.
Policing by consent. Leave me alone.
Okay, off you go then.
No, I will
Have a
go.
nice day.
I will go when I'm ready.
Okay, that's
Okay. Cool.
Have a nice day.
I will. I'm actually having a lovely day.
Okay. If you could make your way to the bus station, though,
Why?
that would be great.
Why?
Okay, that's fine. I'm not here.
So why do you keep telling me what to do?
I'm not telling you what to
You
do.
are. You just said make your way to the bus station.
You
Like
said
what
you were
right?
making your way-
Can I just ask you, what right do you have to tell me what to do when I haven't broken the law?
Okay.
You haven't got a right to tell me what to do when I haven't broken the law. So stop trying to bully me.
I'm not trying to.
Yes,
bully
you are. You're trying to
find
tell
out-
me what to
I'm
do.
trying to find out why you're walking around a university
Because
with
I'm.
a camera.
I'll tell you why. Because I'm allowed to.
Okay.
Photography is not a
Some
crime.
of this university is private premises.
No, it's not.
It
Bro.
is,
Do you know?
okay,
Are you
that's why you're wrong.
are you familiar with Section 33 of the Criminal Justice Act 1972?
No, I'm not. No,
you're
not
not. But you
particularly.
should be.
Okay.
Because it's the law.
Okay.
Which says at the material time of operating, the public are allowed access, whether upon payment or not,
To where?
anywhere that is open. This is a public space. These lines were painted by the council.
The situation turns into quiet bullying, with the officer raising his voice as if that alone proves his authority. When that doesn't work, he switches to claiming it's private property, a common bluff meant to pressure people into backing down. But Ed stays calm and focuses on the law instead of emotions. He mentions Section 33 of the Criminal Justice Act 1972, which relates to public access, and it quickly becomes clear the officer doesn't understand it. That's the real issue, an officer trying to enforce rules he can't clearly explain, relying on assumptions instead of actual law. Ed then points out the road markings from the council, which clearly show the area is a public road.
I think you're mistaken.
No,
This part of this
I'm not.
university is private property.
Can I just ask you
There
another
is
something?
public access
If I
to
was to
parts
say
of
to
the
you,
university.
if I was to say to you, I'm not going anywhere, what could you do?
Sorry?
If I was to say to you, I'm not going to leave now, what could you do?
Well, I don't intend to do anything.
You
at the
couldn't.
moment.
You couldn't do anything because I haven't broken the law. When those guys rang you and reported a crime, what you should have said to them is, "It's not breaking
They
the
have
law."
reported a crime.
What did they do?
Reported a suspicious person filming at a
suspicion-
university campus.
Is photography a crime? You're recording. You're
Well,
recording.
I don't know.
You guys.
How
Let me
do
just
I know
say. You,
that you're not filming for terrorist
do you know?
purposes?
You see that on your uniform?
Yep.
That thin blue line thing.
How
That is
do
an utter disgrace.
How do I know?
You disgrace the country with that.
How do I know that you're not filming for terrorist purposes?
Sir, we
for
go.
example?
Sir, we go on what we do know, what we don't, not what we don't.
Well, not necessarily.
No,
That's again
so-
where you're wrong. Isn't
Okay,
It?
so what reasonable suspicion do you have that I'm a terrorist,
Well,
sir?
you're filming a university campus.
So you're
with a
trying to get me
camera.
on Section 43?
No, I'm not.
So why did you mention it then?
Well, because I'm just explaining that you seem to think that I can only act when a crime's been reported. but
No. You're more than willing to come up to me and ask me.
Yeah.
If you can articulate reasonable suspicion that I may be a terrorist,
Well, you're walking around a university campus with a camera, and
This is a uni.
and you won't explain why.
but I don't have to.
Just because security calls someone suspicious doesn't mean a crime has taken place, it often just means they feel uncomfortable being filmed. When Ed asks them to name an actual offense, they go quiet because they don't have one. Instead, they fall back on "what if you're a terrorist," which is a weak attempt to scare him and justify stopping him without proper grounds. That isn't reasonable suspicion, it's just guesswork presented as police work. Real policing should be based on clear facts, not imagined worst-case scenarios. If the only thing they can point to is someone filming in a public place, then they haven't stopped a criminal, they've just shown they can't handle being questioned by the public.
Well, then that gives me suspicion of what your activity is.
So you think I'm a terrorist? You have reasonable suspicion that I am up to terrorist activities.
I don't know why.
I'm not engaged in any
why are you
hostile
filming?
reconnaissance because I can, as my rights allow me to. Is this not a free country?
Yeah. But
So, and am I not allowed to own a camera?
You are allowed to.
You're
own a camera.
filming. What's the difference between
You're
you
allowed
and
to own a
I?
camera, and you're allowed to film.
What's
and
the
I'm not-
difference between you
and
and
I'm not preventing you
why,
from doing that.
But why
I'm
are you
not
accusing me of
asking
being a
for the camera.
terrorist then?
I'm not accusing you of being.
Well, why
a
are you saying I'm
terrorist.
suspicious?
I'm just saying there are some concerns about your
What concerns?
nature of why you're filming
What
in an empty
concerns?
university.
What concerns?
But then it gives me suspicion for why you're here with a camera.
Suspicion is not a crime.
No, but it gives me grounds to do certain things if I feel it necessary.
Are you threatening me?
I'm not threatening you.
So
I'm
what do you mean
explaining
then?
what the law is.
Well, you don't know the law because that's not
Well,
right.
I think I do.
Well, tell me what reasonable suspicion you have.
Well, why are you filming a university when it's
I'm not
closed
telling you.
with a camera?
I'm not telling you.
Okay, well then I'm suspicious.
That's fine. You can be suspicious.
I can, yeah.
Yeah, you can.
But then I can also act on that suspicion
No, you
if I
can't.
feel it appropriate.
You can. Yeah, you can, and I'll sue you.
Okay, well, but that's my decision.
Yeah, I know. When you'll lose your job.
Well, I'm not doing that, am I?
No, because you're scared
But
to.
you're not helping our cause.
I don't
here,
have
are
to
you?
help you.
Ed is stuck going in circles because the officers are acting like "we don't like it" is a real legal reason. He points out how absurd that is, they are filming him, yet they treat his camera like the problem. This hypocrisy makes it clear that it's not really about security, but about control. One officer even claims that his own suspicion is enough to justify action, which is a serious misunderstanding of the law. Suspicion alone isn't enough, it must be reasonable and linked to a specific offense. By saying otherwise, they show they are acting on personal feelings instead of legal standards. Before we continue, there's something I've been working on over the past few months with a small team.
I don't have to help you, do I?
You don't have to.
No, I don't.
Okay. Well, okay. I think we understand where we are.
I know I understand where I am. I know the
understand
law.
where I
You
am.
don't. You those gentlemen over there, the guys who called the police. whoever called the police, I suggest you go and speak to them about Section 5 of the Criminal Law Act 1967, making a false report, because that's wasting police time, which is actually a criminal offence.
Okay. It's been nice talking to you. If you're heading towards the bus stop, then
I'll go wherever I like.
Have a lovely day.
I'll go wherever I like.
Well, you won't go wherever you like.
I will, indeed.
Because parts of this...
I'll go anywhere that is publicly accessible, I will go.
Yeah.
Yeah? And no one will stop me.
Yeah.
Not those guys up there, not you guys
But what
either.
you need to understand at the moment...
I don't need to understand
just say
anything.
that
I know the
we're
law.
clear Is, so do I.
Yeah, no you don't.
So do I, okay?
You don't. You don't even know what Criminal Justice Section 33 of the Criminal Justice Act 1972 is. Do you know it?
This is a
You need
private...
to know the ins and outs.
Of course you know. Of course, if you're gonna uphold the law, you have to know the ins and outs of the law. How can you tell me that you don't have to know the ins and outs of the law, but then you're here to uphold it? How does that make sense?
Ed doesn't just defend himself, he turns the situation around. He points out that if anyone may have done something wrong, it's the person who made the false report. But the police ignore Section 5 of the Criminal Law Act 1967, which covers wasting police time. They focus on questioning a man with a camera instead of the person who caused the situation. When they try to tell him he can't be there, Ed explains the rules about public access. The officer's response is the most revealing part. He says he doesn't need to fully understand the law to enforce it. That statement suggests they are not acting based on proper legal knowledge, but on their own authority.
You're even in Somerset Constabulary, innit?
Okay.
Absolute joke.
It's been a pleasure talking to you.
I haven't enjoyed myself, actually. You've ruined my day. So go away now, please.
Parts of the university are private premises. There are public access routes.
I won't go anywhere that is private. I haven't been anywhere that's private, and I will not go anywhere that's private. As you could probably understand from the way I speak, I know exactly what I'm doing, sir. I know the laws that surround what I'm doing. I don't appreciate you accusing me of being a terrorist.
Well,
what's your number
I've
again?
not accused you of being a terrorist. I've explained.
693. You threatened
No, I
me. You
haven't.
said, "Oh, now I've got reason."
I've not threatened
Mate,
you
listen,
at all.
the camera doesn't lie.
I've not threatened you.
The camera doesn't
You
lie.
can play your camera back.
I will. I'll be playing it to your superior.
I'm just explaining that if you're filming an empty university that's actually closed at the moment to the university's actually closed. All right, to the students. It's
I'm not a
closed,
student.
It's closed to staff.
I'm not staff.
So why are you here?
I'm a member of the public, and I'm in a publicly accessible area.
Right.
That's why I'm
Okay.
here.
Well, that's fine. If you want to film
I know it's fine.
in open public spaces.
Yeah, and I'm allowed.
That's fine, but
Yeah.
you won't be filming inside buildings.
I don't want to film inside
okay?
a building.
And if you trespass in private property,
It's a civil matter. Are you telling me that you're going to do something for a civil matter?
I will do.
Okay. Oh, so okay.
When the officer starts talking about what might happen if Ed goes inside the building, he isn't doing real police work, he's just guessing. He uses what-if scenarios to create pressure when there's no actual issue. The reality is that trespass is usually a civil matter, not something police deal with unless there are serious additional factors. The officer can't predict the future and threaten action over something that hasn't happened. Ed isn't trying to enter the building, he isn't inside, and he isn't breaking any rules. By threatening action for something that doesn't exist, the officer is only showing that he's struggling to find a real reason to stop Ed.
And that's
If
another
security
complaint.
asks you to leave a private
They
premises and you
but I
refuse,
haven't been on private property.
and you refuse
But I haven't
to,
been on private property.
then I'll have
Sir,
to consider
listen.
my powers under the breach of the peace.
Oh, so now you're threatening me for a crime that listen, what part of my behaviour is threatening or abusive?
Well, nothing at the moment.
Okay, so don't threaten me with something that
I'm not
hasn't
threatening
happened
you.
or that isn't going to
I
happen.
also
You
know
are.
the
That's
law.
no. Listen, you're
Okay.
just threatening me with breach of the peace when a breach of the peace isn't going to happen because
one
I'm
of
not
my
acting in.
fundamental roles is to prevent a breach of the peace.
Yeah, but there's going to be no breach of the peace because I'm not acting in a
That's
threatening
right.
or abusive
So
behaviour.
All I'm saying is don't go into private
I could-
premises,
listen,
don't film in the
how many
buildings.
times do you want to say that?
Okay, otherwise...
How many times do you want to say that, considering the fact that I said...
And then I'll have to support them to prevent a breach of the peace, is all I'm saying.
That's fine. You
And
could
that's
do.
me knowing my law.
That's fine. You could do that, but I promise you that if the course of action that you've just stated happens, I'll sue you.
Well, that's fine. You're entitled to sue
And I'm
me.
going to make a complaint. 3 complaints in this 8 minutes 46 seconds, and 3 complaints about you. You're smart for keeping your mouth shut.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right.
You can complain.
See you later then, guys. Go.
Okay.
Be gone.
Out of nowhere, the officer brings up breach of the peace, hoping the phrase alone will make his weak argument sound stronger. But that power isn't something you can use anytime, it only applies when there is a real and immediate risk of violence. Ed asks the key question: what has he actually done that is threatening or abusive? The officer admits that, at the moment, nothing. That answer completely undermines his own argument. You can't warn someone about a breach of the peace while also admitting they're not doing anything wrong. Without a real threat, aggressive behavior, or a tense situation, using that power isn't justified, it's just an empty claim.
No need to be rude.
I'm not being rude.
Okay.
Plus, is rudeness a crime? Is it a free country? If I would like to be rude, I'm well within my rights to be rude.
Okay.
Okay? So go away, please, and leave me alone. You're
Okay.
harassing me.
Okay, that's fine. Thank
All
you
right?
very much.
Go away now. Told me I can't record in there, so now I'm going to have to walk round. You inform these guys that photography is not a crime as well, yeah? You educate these guys on the law. No. You're here. You're a public servant. You're here to uphold the law.
Yep.
These guys have broken the law by filing a false report.
They haven't,
Okay?
no.
Yes, they have.
Okay.
Yes, they have. They reported a crime when there wasn't a crime being committed. They made a false report. It is a breach of Section 5 of the Criminal Law Act 1967, and you are failing in your job right now,
Okay.
officer,
Well,
constable.
Thanks very much. It's been very nice talking to you. If you can maintain yourself on the public places,
I'll go wherever
okay,
I like. Thank you.
You know what my position is.
I'll
in
go
relation
wherever.
to
Yeah, you made threats. You made a threat of
I've not made a
arrest. You
threat.
did. You made an illegal threat of arrest. Bullies, guys.
The ending isn't dramatic, it's a quiet shift into avoidance. After all the attitude, weak suspicion, vague threats, and legal bluffing, the officers simply walk away towards security. They ignore the fact that the original report had no real basis. They hold Ed to a very high standard, yet the person who made the false report faces no questions at all. That silence says a lot. At the start, they acted like they were in full control, but by the end they had nothing, no detention, no search, and no clear offense. Instead of admitting they were wrong, they just leave. When Ed turns and walks away, it's not him backing down, it's the clear end of an encounter that never had a solid reason to begin with. That's it for today's video. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, it really helps support independent content. Also, be sure to check out Audit Ed's channel in the description and show him some support. Thanks for watching.